Hello everyone, in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to make a really simple police chase game, something like this. So in this game you need to collect as many coins as you can without getting caught by the police or hitting a police car. The way that the police cars spawn is every random amount of seconds a police car spawns in the place where a police is, and this prevents you from going there because you don't want to hit a police car. And as time passes the game gets harder because there's more police cars around the map, and the reason the police cars only spawn where the police are is because you don't want a police car to randomly spawn in front of you. So yeah, there might be occasionally times when a coin spawns between police cars and you can't get there, and yeah, there you see it. If I hit a police car I'm busted and my score is up top of 75. So I'm going to be showing you how to make this game. So you could use your scratch cat as a robber, but I'm just going to make one really quickly. And as you could see from my demo game, the graphics aren't the best. So yeah, you probably want to make better graphics for your own game, but I'm just going to be showing you a rough demonstration on how I made my sprites. So let's just start off by making our robber. Here it looks kind of like this. I made this in bitmap a while ago when Scratch didn't have this type of editor, so it's a bit pixelate, but then I'm going to be trying to make something at least a bit better than that. So let's just get a color. You can skip this part of the video if you already have your own sprites. And okay, that's a bit too orange. Yeah, that's probably good enough. And I can get rid of the outline by doing that. And I'm just gonna freehand draw like a cap, like I did over here with gray. So I don't know, something like that. Yeah, this might turn out to be worse than my art here, but then I don't know, it's alright. I'm not really focusing much on the art right now. So yeah, let me just write down robber, make that black. Oops. Yep, there we go. And let's make a pair of eyes. Just circles. If you want to draw a perfect circle, hold shift while making your circle. And then I guess I could like add a beard, squiggly lines. Okay, maybe do that with less thick pencil. Okay, maybe I should draw the mouth first. Okay, this is probably worse than my art here as well. So yeah. Okay, this does not look much like robber. But yeah, we're gonna work with this. Might add a beard. Okay. Squiggly lines. Okay. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I think we can work with that. Kinda want the gold teeth like I did here. So might try filling this in with white. Oh. Yeah, there we go. And the golden tooth is a bit iconic over here. So I want to try and make that. Not the outline. Yeah, you can work with your own art. This obviously looks pretty bad. Maybe it looked better with the outline. Oops, gotta select that. Yeah, I guess it doesn't look too bad small. Up close it looks pretty weird. But yeah, there we go. We have a robber. I'm going to shrink this a bit more. I think it might be a bit too big. Yep, there we go. And you can set it to your desired size for your game. And then you can move on to making the police. Actually, that I think about it, this kind of looks like a chef hat. So probably should have removed the sides or something, but it's okay. Not really focusing much on the art right now. So yeah, for the police, I'm just going to add a rectangle on top of a circle, like I did here, because again, I'm not spending much time on art. So I'm just gonna get the circle from here. Maybe change the skin tone a bit, just to, I don't know, yeah, just to like differentiate the police from the robber. And bring this forward, then add eyes. Might just get these eyes. Yeah, it's probably okay. And then, yep, there we go. To really highlight this is the police. I'm gonna add a police sign over here. And yeah, I think there we go. And then you can make your background. I used a green background here. I could use a city background, I guess. Outdoors. Yeah, I might just use a solid color background again, because not sure what would go well. Again, don't copy my art, because I'm not focusing much on art for my game, but you probably do want to do that. And yeah, there we go. And we can probably work on the rest of the features like the coins and the cars later. We should try to get a basic Catch Me If You Can game going on right now. So to start, we want to be able to control the robber by using arrow keys or WSD. So to do that, let's start with when green flag clicked, we can set our size to 100 just to, because we're going to change this later, we're just initializing it. And then we can, well, over here, the whole gameplay time, the robber says catch me if you can, even when you move around. You can make it go away, the message, but yeah, that's optional. And the game actually starts with the police, so let's go ahead and do that. Again, you don't have to copy my exact game, but then if you want to make something similar to mine, you can. So when the game starts, maybe make the police start somewhere here, and I'll actually reduce the size of the police a bit, because otherwise the game might be a bit more difficult. So yeah, there we go. And we can make it start somewhere over here. So if you just drag it there, then the coordinates are already given. And then point in direction 90 in the start. And then let's say something like, I'm gonna get you, or catch you, or something, I don't know. If you're not making a police game or in just a chase game, then you can add whatever dialogue you want. And yeah, let's do that for 2 seconds. And then broadcast. Let's broadcast robber, because we want the robber to say something now. And then here, when we receive robber, and I guess we could make the robber start off at the center. Yeah, I think the center is a good place to start off. And when we receive robber, I guess I'm gonna do the same thing, make it so if you get a say block, then it says it for the whole project. Whereas if you get the say hello for 2 seconds, then you can set how many seconds you want it to say something for. So I'm gonna just make it say it forever. Catch me if you can. And then we can broadcast something that tells the game to start, and well, only after the robber says that does the police start chasing them. Say I'm gonna broadcast start, and let's just make it able to move. We don't want it to move while the dialogue stuff is happening, so we're gonna make it move only after all of this. So forever, let's do. So we're making the movement right now. So this is quite simple code until now. So if up arrow pressed, then we can change Y by 10. So basically, if you change Y by 10, it goes up like it would in a graph. And if you change Y by minus 10, it goes down. And we want that to happen when we press the down arrow or WSD. We'll add the WSD key bindings later. And similarly, if we have a positive X change, then it goes right. So change X by 10 when we want to go right, so right arrow. And if you change X by a negative value, it goes left. And whatever value you put as X here, like I put 10, but if you put 2, then it's going to move slower. So yeah, that's how it works. And now let's make it also suitable for WSD. So W A S. Oops, didn't select the S there. T. No, not T. D. Okay, up is going to be W, so let's put an OR here. And then down is going to be S. And A is left. So this might not be the most efficient way to do this. So A is left arrow, and right is D. So change X by 10 is right. Right arrow should be D. Oh yeah, that's correct. Yeah, change that's there. Then A is left, so minus 10. Down is minus 10 by Y. And yeah, there we go. So now the police isn't going to chase us, but then we can move around wherever we want. So yeah, now this is pretty boring. All you can do is just move around. So let's make the police actually chase you now. So to do this, let's start off by making the code for our police to chase us. So we have our start message sent, and then we want to give the robber a bit of time to actually set itself. So let's just make it wait like a second. Then forever, we want to point towards the robber. And yeah, let's just name it robber. And police 1, because we need more police later. So point towards mouse pointer, robber, and then move 5 steps. So what this does is, how 5 steps is different from these blocks is because if you move a certain amount of steps, it moves in the direction that it's pointing in. And if it points towards the robber and moves 5 steps, it takes 5 units towards the robber. Whereas if you just change X by 10, it goes right. So yeah, that's how we can make it go towards the robber. And again, you can change how fast the police goes by changing the amount of steps here. So I think 5 is a good number. And then we want it to if touching robber. So if the robber hits the police, or the other way around. So if touching robber. Then we want to broadcast end, which we will make code for later, but we just want to establish an end so that the end screen pops up, and then stop all. So now I think the police will chase our robber, but then right now it's way too easy. We can just easily move around, and also our robber is a bit faster than the police because the robber moves 10 steps ahead while the police only moves 5. So let's go ahead and add more police. We can do this by cloning, but for this project specifically, I think I'm just going to use multiple sprites because there's only 5, but then we could use cloning as well. So let me make 5 polices by just duplicating like I did here. And then here I made it move at different speeds because then all the police aren't at the same spot, and it's a bit more difficult because the slower police will block off the robber's path. So, and also in combination with the police cars, the game is a bit more difficult. So let's just add a different amount of steps here for each police. So I think I'm gonna go with 1, 6, or 7, and then maybe 6 here. 1, 6, 7, 3, and 5. It's just random numbers, but then now the police will be at different paces, and it's a bit more difficult now because there's one slower police which prevents me from going there because yeah, I can't go through him. So yeah, now it's a bit more difficult, and as you can see, if I collide with the police, the stop all thing happens, and then the whole game, stops. So right now we have a simple catch me if you can game, but now it's pretty boring. There's not really much to do other than just walk around the green field, I guess. So we want to add a coin, and then we could make the car to increase the difficulty of the game. So for the coin, I'm just going to make a yellow circle. Yeah, there we go. So again, hold shift for a perfect circle. And I'm going to type in a $sign. Okay, I don't remember. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so $sign. Yep. And maybe make the $sign a bit bigger. And make the entire coin a bit smaller. Yep, there we go. And now we have a coin, which we can similarly, let's name this coin 1. We can similarly duplicate this 3 times. Again, using clones would probably be good in the long run, while I'm trying to simplify the project as much as I can right now. So we're just gonna multiply by 3. But right now, let's make the code for 1, and then we can just duplicate it so that there's 3 of them. So when green flag clicked, let's actually make a variable so that we can keep track of how many coins we have collected. I'm gonna name it money. You can name it points or anything else you want. And let's set money to 0 because at the start you have no money, obviously, and then you need to collect them. And then forever, we need to check if the robber has collided with the coin, so that means it's collected the coin. So if touching robber, then it's going to change money by 1. So it increases the value of money by 1 because you've collected 1. And I added a sound effect. I think it's like a string pluck or something. Probably, I don't know, coin. Oh yeah, there is a coin. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, I'm gonna use that instead. So play sound coin. Wait, no, just start sound coin, because then it's going to wait. It's going to stop the whole game to play sound coin. So let's start sound coin and then hide. And then we want the coin to go elsewhere. So go to random position and then show. So after the coin's collected, it goes to a different spot. And then we want it to not spawn where the money is, and also we don't want it to spawn where police are. So actually it is okay if we spawn. We don't want it to spawn where the police car is. So let's actually just make the police car sprite quickly, because we don't want to, we don't want the coin to spawn in the police car. So for that, I think I'm just going to choose the sprite here. I don't think there's a police car sprite here, so I'm just going to use this one for now. Maybe touch it up a bit so that it looks like a police car. Okay, this one isn't a vector. Let me get a different car costume. Maybe this one's a bit better. Okay, couldn't get that one. Oh, is it here? Oh yeah, it is. Okay, I can change this to blue. Maybe make it look like a police car. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, there we go. So then change this to black and write police. Maybe I'll put this behind a background so that it's easier to see. So let's, this looks terrible. Okay. Okay. We could just slap this on here, and maybe it's not as good of a police car as I use here, but then it's probably good enough. And actually, let me just make a tiny policeman. So I'm just going to copy paste this, Control C and Control V. Make this guy go in here. Back. Yeah, okay. Looks kind of cool, I guess. Yep, there we go. Now it's a policeman in the police car. I'm going to shrink the size because that is a bit too big. Yeah, I think that's good enough. Get rid of this other sprite, and there we go. So the reason we want to do this is because we want to add code for this coin to not spawn inside the police car. So to do that, let's do if it's touching sprite or the convertible, which it's named, or if it's above where the variable is, because we don't want the coin to be behind the variable. So, or let's drag the coin here, and that is a Y of 154. So let's do or Y position is more than 150. I guess 150 is good enough. So what this does is it prevents the coin from spawning where the police car is, and it also prevents the coin from spawning where the variable is, because otherwise it's kind of hard to see where it is. And then to prevent it from spawning there, we can just make it go to another random position. And now we can just duplicate this 2 more times, and you can have as many coins as you want. Again, it would be good practice to make clones, but I'm trying to simplify the code as much as I can. So yeah, we can just go ahead and make 3 of these by duplicating them, and then we can now run our code, and I can collect coins as so. Yep. So right now I can go through the police car because we haven't added any code for the police car yet. And also, let's just add a simple background music just to make it similar to what we had before. Let's go ahead to loops. Okay, it's pretty chill. Yeah, I'm gonna just play that forever. Forever play. Now we want until done because we don't want like the audio file starting like a million times in a second. So now the sound plays when we start our project, and it will loop after the sound ends as well. So let's make the let's make the code for our police car now, so that you also lose when you hit the police car, and also we need to make the end screen. So to do that, when clicked, we want to hide, because we're gonna use clones for this, because there can be an infinite number of convertibles. Police cars, probably named as police car, it's a bit confusing. Infinite number of police cars, and it can spawn anywhere. Again, you can skip this part if you don't want police cars in your game, but I think I would really recommend having it because it makes the game more interesting and difficult. So let's hide, because we're making clones and we don't want the original sprite to show up. And then forever, we're going to wait a random amount of seconds. So I think a good time will be 6 to 12 seconds, but you can customize it according to your liking. And then we want to create a clone of ourselves. And then when we start as a clone, so when we show up, we want to show, because right now it's in hide, so you can't see the car. And then forever, we want to make the player lose, the robber lose, if the robber touches the police car. So if touching robber, then it's going to switch backdrop. Or actually, we only have one backdrop. We need to make an end screen, so yeah, we'll do that a bit later, but then we can just stop all. So if touching robber, similar to if it touches a police car, we can broadcast end and stop all. Yep, there we go. And put that in there. So what this does is similar to what happens when the robber touches the police. And then now we don't tell the clone where it has to go. We just show it. So it's not going to spawn where the police has already been. And the reason why we want the car to spawn where the police is because if we set it to a random position, it might just spawn right over the robber or really close. So that would be bad, because the robber would just instantly die not knowing why. But then if it spawns where the police is, makes a bit more logical sense, and also it makes the game possible, because it would kind of be impossible sometimes if a police car just spawned on top of you. So we want it to, let's make it go to a random police. It can go to either of the 5 police. So to do that, we can do go to, and then instead of random position, we want it to go to a random police. So here we can only pick one police. So to choose a random police, we can use this join thing over here and then put police here. And then since we have 5 police, we can do random.randint or pick random. So 1 to 5, and then yep, there we go. And now this is going to generate either police 1. If you click on it, it gives you a random. So here it's police 2, police 5, and now it's just going to go into random one of these police sprites. So now if we run our code, let's play in full screen. So there's the dialogue, and then the game starts. the coins can still spawn on top of police, and if we collide with the police, we die. I wasn't meant to die that fast. I want the cars to spawn. So, okay. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah. Okay, coins are pretty difficult. Oh yeah. Okay, the police cars spawn, and since I touched the police car, well, the game ended. And I'm gonna try to live for a slightly longer because right now, okay, maybe the police is a bit too fast. It feels much quicker than it did in the other game. I think maybe reducing the steps would be a good idea. So yeah, there we go. Okay, the police car spawns, and more should spawn soon. So maybe this is a bit too easy, but then okay. Yep, police cars spawn now, and yep, there we go. We have our game, and okay, I think there's something wrong here. If it's touching police car, then it should go to a different position. But right now, it doesn't. So let's try to troubleshoot that. So you don't want the coin to spawn on the police car. So let's wait for a police car to spawn and see if a coin spawns on there. Okay, now I think it is fixed. Maybe the code just wasn't running properly, and also the coins spawn below where the variable is. So I think now the code runs properly, and well, you can add a high score now. The code for that is actually pretty quick. So I'll just quickly show you how to do that before we go to our end screen. So let's do high score, maybe put it here, and then we can add it to our robber code maybe, because I guess the robber sets the I don't know, we can put it anywhere. But yeah, forever you can do if the high score is, or if the money is more than high score, then we set our high score to money. And I think now well, let's just try beating our high score now. Or actually, before we do that, let's just make the end screen. So let's do that really quickly. Get a backdrop. I'm just gonna get one from here, and maybe, yep, that one, and then copy that and get a new sprite and paste it. And then, okay, sprite isn't showing up right now. Oh yeah, it did now. So you can have this the center, lagging a bit. Okay, there we go. And then when we receive end, we want to show. I just go to front layer, and when clicked, we want it to hide though. So let's just quickly do that. And okay, we probably want to add some things saying busted like we did in the other one. So let's just quickly do that. Busted. Busted? Yeah, busted. I think I spelled that wrong before. Let's make it red. Light red looks a bit awkward. And a black background. Like that. And let's make this go back. Okay, maybe Oops, want to select that. Yep. Forward. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Now we can group this and turn it maybe as, yeah, like that. Actually like this, because, okay, maybe a bit smaller actually. Yep, there you go. And we want our robber's face to pop up here. This is why we set it to 100 at the start, because we're gonna make it a bit bigger. So when we receive end, we want to make the robber go to, let's make it go to the front layer really quick, and just drag it here so that we have, and actually let's first make the size to maybe 200. Yeah, it's pretty good. And then since we want it to be here, so just get the current locations, the coordinates, and put it there. And now let's just see if our high score works along with the end screen. Okay, that was a bad start. And hopefully I can get to 15. Okay. Our player did not come up. So did it not receive end? Okay, we broadcast end everywhere. Just try it one more time. Maybe also we did not beat our high score, so we do not know if okay, we did beat our, I'm gonna try dying now. Yeah, there we go, now it works. So the robber's face shows up on the screen, and I guess we have been caught, so the game ends. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe. If you have any suggestions to add on to this game, or any other Scratch tutorial suggestion, please leave it down below in the comments. I'll see you next time.